New on the 19 tonight, the run is over for a former South Florida man who believed he was above the law.
He's now facing decades behind bars. The night team's Karen Hensel investigates.
It was 2015 when 7 News viewers were introduced to Anthony Williams. That's when longtime investigative reporter Carmel Cafaro first met with Williams at this Cooper City home. Williams wanted to talk to Carmel about her story on sovereign citizens, people who falsely believe they're immune to laws like paying taxes or having a driver's license.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, I do not.
Have you been ticketed?
Yes, I have.
Although Williams said he was not a sovereign citizen, he carried this special police badge and called himself a private attorney general, which is common among people in the movement.
That's not a de facto government ID. I fly with this ID.
Excuse me, sir, but first and foremost, you are most definitely a sovereign citizen. Secondly, you do not fly with that ID. Stop lying. There is no way that the airlines are letting you fly with your fake ID. But continue.
Williams had the ID, a badge, and handcuffs when he was arrested after flying into Fort Lauderdale in November 2015. We were at the airport when Williams was cuffed, charged with practicing law without a license in a Broward foreclosure case.
Do you think that this is an indication that maybe you don't understand the law as well as you think you do?
You know I know, and you just as dishonest as they are.
Fast forward 5 years and more than 4,800 miles, Anthony Williams was in Hawaii, awaiting his fate on far more serious charges.
I am a private attorney general or an attorney in fact.
But the fact is, Anthony Williams is not a licensed attorney. The Common Law Office of America website he created offered services like mortgage reduction and foreclosure assistance. After an investigation led by the FBI, Williams was indicted on 32 counts of wire and mail fraud. Prosecutors say Williams marketed a fraudulent mortgage debt reduction scheme to distressed homeowners who were mostly non-native English speakers. After a 4-week trial where he represented himself, a jury convicted Williams on all charges. He appeared via video conference at his October sentencing hearing.
And they're talking about I targeted vulnerable Filipino. Filipino people were not the only people that I had as clients. I had Caucasian clients. I had Samoan clients. I had Hawaiian clients. I had African American clients. I had Hispanic clients.
Sir, the type of clients you had is of no relevance. The issue that you are not comprehending here is you're not supposed to have any clients because you are not a licensed attorney. You're so stupid, you're just admitting to your guilt after the fact, fool.
None of them were vulnerable.
The feds say Williams fraudulently obtained more than $230,000 from 112 victims, filing bogus documents without providing any legitimate services. Williams maintains his innocence.
There was nothing that I did that was fraudulent or intended to be fraudulent or that was fraudulent against any homeowner in any state, let alone here in Hawaii.
The judge's sentence, 20 years in federal prison.
I believe his sentence provides just punishment and equally important, I hope it serves as adequate deterrence to others.
Over the years, Williams has repeatedly challenged judges.
Are you going to violate my constitutional rights, sir?
It hasn't worked, whether in South Florida in 2015.
Okay, Deputy, I need you to arrest this judge for violation.
Okay, we're all going to stop laughing right now.
Or in Hawaii in 2020.
And I just want to place on the record that all of you are going to pay for this. You're going to go to jail for this because this is not going to be, I'm not going to let you violate my rights like this.
Williams is no longer in Hawaii. He's now back in South Florida, here at the Federal Detention Center in Miami. But before he can even begin to serve his 20-year federal sentence, which he's already appealed, he must first finish a 15-year sentence in a state grand theft case. Karen Hensel, 7 News.
This sovereign citizen / fake attorney is clearly a career criminal, and he's going to be spending the rest of his life in jail. Now, you know what? Let's jump into a clip where he is role playing in his fantasy world.
Yeah. The sheriff's office, in Hawaii, it's a little different.
On the HRS 11, also for the violations of uniform fraudulent transfer and also uniform securities act.
Is he in our custody right now?
No, he's not in custody. This is to actually file the warrant so we can go get him. Well, we had to come to you all because you all are have the jurisdictions for the police station here in Kona. This is under common law under HRS 11, section 1. It's a common law arrest warrant. I know y'all probably not used to someone doing a common law arrest warrant, but those are the statutes. That's why we had to come here. We went to the prosecuting attorney's office because that's what the sheriff had told us to go to, but the prosecuting office said that we had to come here.
So this sovereign citizen / fake attorney heads over to a Hawaii police department so that they can give him an arrest warrant under common law so he can go and arrest a lawyer. This dude right here is out of his freaking mind, because that is not the way the law works. Now, if you want to quote unquote operate under common law, then just go arrest the guy without involving actual real law enforcement. Go on ahead, see how that turns out for you.
To get the warrant issued, so we have some of your officers either go with us, or y'all can just arrest him yourself when you see it. But his location is already on there. So where he's supposed to be arrested at.
So what were you requesting from us? Are you requesting that we help you serve the warrant?
Yes.
Okay. And what that copy, is this our copy?
Yes.
Okay. And this is, who'd you take it to get notarized?
This is a notary. Rosemary.
Okay. And who did you talk to at the prosecutor's office?
The lady at the front desk. I can't remember her name.
And what did she say?
She told me we had to come here because they didn't issue the warrant. She said we would have to have it filed here at the Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said we had to come here.
So you wanted to file this warrant?
Right here. So
okay.
We can actually go ahead and get him. I don't know if y'all want to send 2 or 3. How many y'all need to?
I don't know if we're going to send anybody, but let me check and see what we can do with this paperwork. Hold on just a minute.
Because it's under common law.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is, are these all criminal cases or civil cases?
This is criminal. These are criminal. That's not civil.
Because these look like civil. Fraudulent Transfer Act, the Securities Act, these all seem to pertain to money. These are all civil.
No, that's criminal though.
We're not.
Uniform Securities Act, that's a felony.
Okay.
That's criminal.
I've just talked to the prosecutor's office and they don't recognize these as criminal cases. These are civil cases, and I'm not.
So things clearly aren't going his way, which is odd because this man claims to be an attorney, yet he doesn't know the difference between a civil case and a criminal case. Now, as we see here, this man is starting to face reality. Let's continue.
You're seeing the state citations as to the civil, what you would interpret as civil, but these are all actual criminal actions. Securities fraud is obviously securities. USC, the title, there's a whole Securities Act. There's the Uniform Fraudulent Transfer Act. These are federal violations that also are state violations under these. And that this gentleman is an expert in bringing those matters to justice, and he is here to simply follow the law. The law says that you, by bringing this complaint to you, you are compelled by the law to facilitate and assist him in what he's doing.
Well, the prosecutor's office has a case that you made regarding this.
Yeah.
You made a case.
Right, and I went to the prosecutor's
with the
office.
police department.
They told me to come here.
Yeah.
So you went to
it's
the
a
front desk at
catch-22.
the Kelowna station,
Right.
at the
And I-
Kelowna prosecutor's office.
Right, and I gave them this, they took me to the back.
I'm referring to
Mitch.
the prosecutor Roth. Did you talk to Prosecutor Roth?
When
He has
when
not.
they took this back in the back, they read it. They said, we can't administer this. You would have to go to a Hawaii police department and have this and have them execute it, because we don't execute the warrants. Okay, we can't take it to a magistrate or a judge, because number one, most of these judges, because when a judge see that it's an attorney, by law they're part of the same association, the bar association, and he's not going to issue it. That's the reason why we had to do this under common law. That's why HRS 1 Section 1 gives us the right to do this under common law. So I don't have to go by a judge.
But do you realize why you have to go through a police department to get them to send it to prosecutors to send to a judge? Do you realize that's the process?
No, that's the statutory process. Right. See, what you're missing, this is a common law process under HRS 1 Section 1. Common law process, I don't have to go to nobody, because I'm over that judge
So
and the
then
prosecutor.
why are you coming to us if you don't need to go to anybody?
I'm telling you, because number one, I don't want him to resist. And me, I don't want to have to put my hands on him, because I know jiu-jitsu, I can't subdue him. But I would rather the Hawaii Police Department go ahead and subdue him, so it won't be a problem, won't be a conflict. They see you in uniform, they're not going to do anything. He's going to go ahead and go peacefully. He'll go ahead and have him booked, he can get his bail, and then now he would go to court.
Okay.
And that's it. I wanted to do it peacefully. Right. You know, that's why I came here.
And also, you don't want to wait until Prosecutor Roth finishes his investigation. You feel more compelled to do it now since you don't know how long it's going to take.
He's had
That's
another
one
opportunity.
factor, yes.
Because see,
That's one
he's
factor.
going. I'm actually have to file another one of these against him.
What are you going to do with your case with Prosecutor Roth? Are you going to tell him to withdraw?
Why would I tell Mitch
I mean,
Roth to
if
withdraw?
you're not going to pursue it with him.
He's a different investigation. It's a different investigation with the drugs and stuff.
Well, there's a lot of drug matters that are involved in this case too. But in essence, I give my faith and trust to the men in blue, to you guys. And this is law enforcement. I want justice. Justice is to go with the men in blue.
Sure.
And so that's what Mitch does or doesn't do. After I've done everything in my power to enable them with the evidence to bring a complaint and bring an indictment, it's not my game anymore. And yet, this system has failed me. So if it was you, family, your children, and your property that was damaged and even completely destroyed, you would be exactly where I am, as hundreds of thousands of people are, even in the state of Hawaii alone, having brought problems to law enforcement, and unfortunately, after giving faith and trust into law enforcement, been disappointed. So we're simply doing everything possible in our power to bring justice according to the foundation. In this case, this man brings expertise in common law, which is the foundation of all of the statutory law and everything. Because what this gentleman represents is what's called a private attorney general. Private attorney generals are congressionally appointed or certified individuals who are engaged in racketeering and organized crime investigations and bringing litigation against, which is typically white-collar organized crime.
This is hilarious and sad at the same time. The dude that is now advocating on Anthony's behalf has clearly been brainwashed into believing that Anthony is an actual attorney general, private attorney general. This is ridiculous. If this dude was an actual attorney general, then these officers would recognize him to be that. I can't believe that there are grown people out there that actually fall for these type of scams. I'm sure this guy, the guy that's talking, is the one that actually wants to bring the lawyer to court. So he hired Anthony to try and help him do that. Sir, just recognize that you've been scammed. This is sad.
You've seen an officer, already, a police officer. You've talked to a police officer, and you claim that they've made a police report?
Yes, there is one. That's right.
Okay.
Currently open. Right
The
now.
police officer has made a police report. You've also talked to prosecuting attorney Mitch Rowe.
Yes, on several occasions.
Okay. What makes you think, after you've went through all that, and they haven't pursued it, that you coming to this police station to try to make me do something for you guys, what makes you think I'm going to do it?
Because you've taken an oath of office.
Sure.
You're
so has
sworn-
Officer Lee, and so has the
That's
prosecutor.
right. And so the question becomes, why would it be that, given the oath of offices that you've taken to preserve and protect the United States federal government, the laws, and the people, that there has been nothing done to protect and serve a warrant under these circumstances with the astonishing amount of material evidence that proves irrefutably that these crimes were committed and that nothing is being done?
So,
that's a good question.
So what are you asking from the police department? If you've already seen a police officer and you've talked to prosecutors, why are you coming back to the police department?
So that the police can do their job, the duty that is they're sworn to uphold, that they can facilitate simply doing their job.
Okay, but isn't it possible that when you reported to Officer Lee had taken the case and brought it into the prosecutor's office?
She did.
Okay, so then they've done their job. Now, prosecutor's office has a case. What does the prosecutor's office say?
Sitting on it.
Okay, well, they're probably doing their job. If you have a question with how they're doing their job, how come you haven't seen the prosecutor's office?
Well, we have, and this is a matter that is being now brought to you because this is the local. We just came out from the Cohen Court, and this matter relates to what's happening in the Cohen Court, and this matter again deals with crime that is ongoing. There was perjury committed this morning. There's related to these specific crimes, and that this is an arrest warrant that is being given to you under the laws of the state of Hawaii, multiple ones that have been, in fact, written here for you to be able to read the laws yourself and see that indeed, man, these are real laws, and how come maybe I didn't know about this, but the fact of the matter is I now know about it, and it's doing something definitive. Whether that definitive is contacting Mitch Roth's office, say that we now have an officially filed warrant of arrest under such and such laws for Mr. Sulla. You have an ongoing criminal case that's open, and we would really appreciate your counsel, any help that you can give us.
See, the Supreme Court case, Howlett versus Rhodes, states.
I'm sorry, before you continue, well, I'm going to tell you, both of you guys, so you folks know. I've contacted the prosecutors already. You need to get a warrant from the judge. That's the first way you're going to get a valid warrant. You can go ahead, wait, listen. You can go ahead and try to serve a citizen's arrest warrant, but I'm telling you, you may open you guys selves up to some problems.
This is the problem with the police station and even the prosecutor and attorney's office, because this complaint should have already been acted upon, and they sat on it.
Well, what this is, it sounds to me like this is an attempt to force the hand of the prosecutor's office.
No, this is under common law. See, this is why the common law
You
is
could
set up
interpret it
to
that
make
way.
sure that the prosecutor does his job. See, that's my job, to make sure that the attorney generals, the prosecutors do their job. If they don't do their job, then I go after them. Okay, and the prosecutor, see, this is what's going to happen. Since they already notified Mitch Roth, now what he is going to get ready to be charged with is misprision of a felony that's titled 18 U.S.C. 4. Okay. So now he's going to have felony charges because he didn't do anything. See, if you don't know the law, ignorance of the law is no excuse. Okay. And so that's my problem with the prosecutors who's supposed to know these laws. Okay. I mean, because the first statute in Hawaii revised statute said that the common law, not statutory, the common law is what rules Hawaii. This is a common law arrest warrant. That's why I even put the Hawaii revised statute 832-9 that states that you're supposed to assist us in arresting him, not go to a judge, not ask a judge, not ask a prosecutor or attorney. This is state law. Now, are you bound to obey the state law, or you can't be bound?
If this was an actual valid arrest warrant, if it came from a judge, I would comment.
Show me that statute that says.
I'm not going to. I just talked to the prosecutor.
There's no statute. That's what I'm saying. He's telling you something that's not law.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to leave you with. This is a final note, or final answer to you. I'm not going to honor that.
Once I go arrest him, because I can't came to you all. I'm going to bring him here for you all to book him.
And we're not going to book him.
So you're going to
I'm
violate
not going
state
to
law?
honor. No, I'm not
So
going
you're
to
not
honor
going to
that
honor
piece of
state
paper.
law? No, that's state law.
No, listen. I'm not going to honor this piece of paper, whether it's state law or not. I'm not going to honor
So
that.
what you're just saying, you've been to violate state law.
No, I'm not going to honor this piece of paper. I don't recognize this.
It's not. He's being arrested for crime for committing.
I'm trying to tell you what's going to happen, and it will happen like this. If you go arrest him and he decides to make a complaint, I will investigate that complaint. And if there's probable cause to arrest you, you will be arrested.
No, this is the problem I have with law enforcement. Y'all don't know the law. Because you all have been taught a certain statutes and codes that you've been following all your career, but you've never studied the real law. And see, it's a problem. Every police station I go to, every courtroom I go to, I always have to educate the judge, I got to educate the prosecuting attorney, and then I have to educate the police. I shouldn't have to do that.
There's probably a reason why you're having to tell all these people how to do their jobs.
Right.
Probably because it's unrecognized. That's why.
No, it's because they don't know the law. They don't know the law. Okay. I didn't write these statutes.
Okay.
I didn't write Hawaii Section 1-1.
And another, as far as the federal law, we're not deputized to enforce federal law.
See, you actually are, because that's what I'm telling you. The Supreme Court has already ruled that any state case, the federal law, that the state courts or the city and the county has to follow that federal statute.
But we don't enforce federal law.
Yes, you do, because the federal law is in harmony with the state law.
And in fact, no, it isn't. And in fact, I would suggest, no, it's not.
Why don't you read the code?
If you want the federal cases, you can go see the FBI.
I already know the federal cases.
Okay, but if you have the federal cases, if you have federal statutes, and there's criminal cases federally, you could also see the FBI.
Right, but there's no need. We have the police department right here.
Again, like I said, we're not going to honor this piece of paper.
It's not this piece of paper you're not honoring your badge.
So the fake private attorney general just found out that he holds no weight. There is nobody on this planet that is going to listen to his nonsense.